So we need answers podcast is episode 118, and today we following up. We're gonna take you back, way back in the beginning, episode 113. It was titled Fatherhood slash Single Fathers episode, and I had three of my guys on here. We was talking about they all single fathers, talking about raising their kids. You know, the all the issues that they had co-parenting, as well as the system, issues with the system, and just, you know, raising opposite sex, all of the above. But today, you tapping in with my big cuz, a situation that I know more closely than the other situation that we were talking about. So, kinda, I look at everybody for examples of parenting and you know, just I take bits and pieces from everybody's story on things to look forward to and things that, you know, look out for red flags and things of that nature. But B got a very significant story, and I always tell him a lot of times, I salute him, I tip my hat, because it's a very difficult situation, I would say, raising the opposite sex, a young lady, by yourself. So he can tell a story way better than I can. So we gonna start. Introduce yourself. Just give me your name and tell them who you raising.
My name Brandon. I'm Mook's big cousin. I'm raising my daughter Blake, single father. You know, but we got a village, of course. So you know, it all helps. Got a bunch of women in my life. You know, got a big family. So you know, I got a lot of help. But it's still tough when it's just y'all two, though. Most definitely.
Yeah. So I guess we could start from the top. You could say, I guess you could say how. Let me see how I can word this. I guess you could just say, I guess talk about when you found out you was about to have a kid, but about to have a daughter specifically.
Well, that's crazy because it was. I remember the day specifically, like the day. January 28th just dropped. It was New Year's Day. My mother called me. We was kind of like going through it, so she was blocked on everything. So she had to email me. It was when, you know, one of our other cousins was, you know, on vacation.
Okay.
And I think both of them reached out to me.
Yeah.
We had a talk or whatever. The whole thing started off weird because from the jump, you know, I'm like, we already been through this situation before. You got it taken care of. We not together right now, so what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? You know, but then she started to say things like, you know, you could just pay child support, which was wild.
Yeah, that's weird to start it off like that.
She know what type of family we come from, so that's not even a question.
Right.
So. Yeah, I started to try to be there more when I found out she was pregnant. Like I did go to a bunch of the appointments, even though she was telling me not to come, which was also weird. But I'm still like, nah. I didn't know whether or not she was mine or not, so I'm like, I'm not gonna miss these
moments.
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss these moments if she is mine. You know what I'm saying? So if she not, then okay, well we'll figure that out once she's born.
Right.
Because we was already past the stage where as though she could have, you know, have an abortion or whatever. So I mean, I was there as my first child, so it didn't. It did initially click because I helped my sister with my nephews. You know, she got 4 boys, so it's just natural for men to, you know, look out for little boys. It's a little easier. Right. But having a little girl is different. It's totally different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, from your voice. Yeah. I know y'all call me Sergeant Slaughter though. But sometimes it's like, you know, all kids, they don't listen the first time you say something. So
I got you.
Sometimes you gotta, you know, put the dad voice on. Yeah. I mean, it's a little different, of course. but you know, your natural instincts kicked in when you find out you having a kid. You know what I'm saying? You happy, but in my case, I was happy and like I was a little bit apprehensive. Like, we didn't had, you know, a rocky relationship, so I was hoping that it would make things a little better, a little easier, because we talked about it, but that pillow talk be different once that baby come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So was it initially? I know you said she started off straight with child support. But was it initially like we going to try to do this together at some point, or was it like
most definitely? Yeah. Like after the child support joint, was going back and forth. I just started coming around more. Right. Like you carrying my child, I don't want you drinking no soda. Like I was one of those. This is my first child. I'm like, I don't want my daughter coming out with no extra toe, no shit like that. So I was on everything. Like you not drinking none of that shit. So I mean, of course she still wanted to have wine. I let her get caffeine free soda. like no, don't be eating a whole bunch of fish. Did you take your vitamins a day?
I feel like that's how I'm gonna be.
Yeah, it's natural. Like trust me, when you have one, I think you're gonna. I ain't gonna think. I know you're gonna be on top of it like that. Pause. I mean, I already know that's how you're gonna be, because it's different when you find out you having your first child. Like it definitely it clicks something in you. You know what I'm saying?
So how was it initially? How was it when you was first starting like co-parent? Because you was around her a lot, and I know she got another kid, so you was around her as far as like being a mother, like seeing how she raised kids and all that. So how was it initially, like from day one when you first had Blake, and how was your relationship going from there?
I think anytime you have a kid, it kind of it gets a little difficult because you don't get enough time for you and your partner. Right. But at the same token, we got a big family. So my mother was always willing to help out my sisters. Always like, do you need us to watch her? But it's my first child, so I'm like, I don't want to go nowhere. I just want to be with my daughter. Right. And her, like being there with her son, it was some issues, but that's my spouse. I suppose where she fall off, I supposed to pick up. Right. Which I did. I still stay in contact with our son to this day. That's what's up. We still love each other. Yeah. The father, me and his father respect each other. Got a good mutual respect for each other. That's what's up. Based off the love we share for each other. Right. I mean, I used to coach him, take him to his games. He used to go to my games when I coached. So it was all love. So like I said, it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary as far as her parenting style. But when you love somebody, you overlook some things. True, very much. So speaking of that, overlooking things. Well, I stay on the positive side. What was in the early parts of the I would say pregnancy and early parts of Blake being born? What was the good stuff that was happening? Like, what was stuff you was looking between y'all two? Of course, I know Blake was always good, but between y'all two, what was the good things y'all would use? Just the family dynamic, though. Okay, we always got something going on. Yeah, having her around my kid. Yeah, the family loving on the kids. Yeah, family loving on her son. I mean, that just in itself felt good, you know? Yeah. So anytime you get that, you try not to let it go so easily. But at a certain point, you got to, cut your losses and charge to the game for real sometimes. Yeah, you'll be hurting yourself doing it. In the long run. And so one thing, I talk about this a lot. I've been talking about it a lot lately. I don't know why I've been coming up, but I guess in mutual conversations. Like one thing, when people ask me about having kids and stuff, like, I always say, like, I don't want to have a baby mother. Like, I don't think nobody initially wants to. No, you don't. Or vice versa. Like, I don't think a chick wants to have a baby father. Like, they want to have a family. Well, you should anyway. I agree. You should want to have a family when you first start. So, and I know, I always tell you and everybody, like, I want to have a kid because, a girl, because I don't know why. But my reasoning, like I know every guy say the same thing about having girls, but my reasoning is just because like a lot of things that I've experienced, my brother's experienced, my father's experienced, I just want that. I don't even want that option to even be coming up again with the next generation with me. So I just don't want those same issues to come around, the product of our environment shit. So I just want to start fresh. I don't want them to have I don't even want to roll with the third or none of that shit. I want a whole new everything. So
how important does the structure of both parents and family, how important did that go into your idea of having a child, your first and second?
That was very important. But you know, like sometimes, like if y'all get into it, it's like I know we all know logically the child need both parents.
True.
Most definitely. That no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Right.
But you know, like as time went on, you like you get tired of dealing with certain things. I mean, like I tried my best to take to take the high road, and you know at times as a man your will get tested
For sure.
a lot, and at times it push your buttons like to the extreme, and you be wanting to, but you can't.
Yeah.
Because then you definitely don't want to do it in front of your child. You definitely don't want to be out here looking any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I know for myself, if I'd have flipped out, I'd have felt some type of way. Like, no, this not who I am, and it's not who I want to be or portray to my child.
Right.
So, like, it's times that it do take you there. It's trying. Like, I think that was probably like one of the hardest things that you might have to go through, unless you have like a good parent that you co-parenting with.
Right.
So that good communication, always, like I try to communicate. Like I was always taught, like, if you on time, you late. If you early, you on time.
Yeah.
So if she needed me, the time I was picking up might be 4:00. I might hit at like 2:30.
Okay.
Like, where y'all gonna be at?
Yeah.
Do you need me to meet you? Bit. You know, I ain't gonna say I was perfect or nothing like that, but you know, I just tried to make it easy for both of us. You know what I'm saying? So it was trying times though.
Right.
For real. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Right.
But like, even in the beginning, I had to go to court for joint custody. Like, I wasn't trying to keep away from my mother because, like I said, I know that a child needs both parents. So in order to see her like I wanted to, I needed him, paper, on paper, whatever. Yeah. So that's how that kind of started. Like we was working out. Everything was going smooth. I ain't gonna say smooth, but it was working.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. So then I guess, like, I want to say I asked, could I get her to go out of town one time with the family, and she was like, that's not fair, or whatever she said, and I'm like, yo, come on, like, are you serious? Yeah. I'm like, go get your hair done, your nails done, or something. Do something with yourself. Yeah. I mean, it's free time for yourself. Right. Or whatever.
You kind of doing her a favor. For
yeah. So it was like, that just kind of threw me for a loop. And I'm like asking, like, I might ask her and there, can I come see her? But she was still a baby at the time. Her birthday was coming up. She was about to turn 1. And I kind of did it at the wrong time. I served her with some papers. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Then she called the birthday party off. That was my fault. But you know what I'm saying?
What made you serve her the papers?
Because I wasn't seeing my daughter like I wanted to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, wasn't no time better than the present. So true. Just might as well do it instead of waiting to get it over with. I just served her the papers.
Yeah. So I don't know if I brought that up or the guys brought it up on the last one we did, but Speedy, shout out to Speedy, he was talking about, I think he mentioned that a lot of times these situations, like, men always are the victim of those court situations because enough of us don't apply the pressure with that type of situation.
Oh, most definitely, because that's what the court system's used to.
Yeah.
I mean, they always gonna lean more towards the woman, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want your child to want to see your child be in your child's life, be proactive. Right. So every time that I took her to court, I went and filed first. So when I went and filed for joint, she went and filed for sole custody, and the judge asked her, I want to say, I don't know, because we went to mediation. We ain't even make it in front of the judge. They asked, like, do you take care of daycare? Do you buy clothes? I mean, she's spoiled, so anything she needed,
she got it.
Yeah, so it didn't. The judge, like, no, you can't get no child support. You can't get sole custody.
Saying that to her.
Yeah, because that's all I'm asking is for, like, certain days. See my child, like, set days. Right. Because at the time I was still coaching, but I'm like, I just want set days.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about deviating from the plan or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't like it at first, but then she went with it, and we were still dealing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of, ran its course, I guess, and then we went our separate ways. And then my daughter got used to being at mom's house and dad's house one day, and then a couple days at dad's, a couple days at mom's. Children get used to it, and it's a period of adjustment when they go from house to house too.
Yeah.
Because they know what they can do at mom's
One house
house.
and not the
yeah.
other. Yeah.
So she could play with her mother sometimes. I mean, her mother would get on her too, but sometimes she would play with her.
Right.
But Blake would know, like, if she was with me, Sergeant Slaughter.
Ain't nothing that happened.
Yeah. And then I know when you was over the house one day, you said you heard my mother talking to her. You was like, I see where you get it from.
yeah. Ain't no games being played over there.
Roz was on her heels about
run that place with an iron fist. Ain't going for Nathan.
But in actuality, we all kind of, our family grew up like that.
Yeah, for sure. My mother's the same way.
So
same way. No fun house.
So you so you only able to do, what you learned. So,
unless you want different.
Yeah, I definitely parent different.
Yeah,
because I don't beat my daughter.
Okay.
Like, I might pluck her legs or something like that. Yell at her every now and then, but I don't beat her. My mother used to pull a belt out. Yeah, whatever's close.
Wanted to, and she don't think that she did, but I don't know where she been at. But
so what you
she
think?
Definitely
make this up in our head or something?
Right, like I wanted to be beef. Fuck out of here. But go ahead. It was. I had a question before, but when you brought up an interesting point about the different households, so what do you feel like? If you did see the difference when y'all were in the same household to separating households, did you see a difference in behavior?
Oh, definitely.
How was it?
I mean, like I said, she knew what she could do at her mother's house. She knew what she could do at my house. She seemed, I ain't gonna say she seemed more alive at mine because I wasn't over there.
Well, I meant when you were at the house with her. Oh. Like, in the same house with the mother.
She was much younger when, she was a baby then.
Yeah,
just starting to walk and, trying to talk, going to the trap.
Okay, yeah. So you couldn't really tell too much.
Yeah, you can't really see no big difference, as far as when they toddlers to, when they start to have their own personality. And
True.
Man, that personality kicking, it's crazy.
And she got a lot of that.
Yeah, too much.
So talk about the I know about the difficulties in that time in the court stuff. I know it was draining for you from what I got from it.
Most definitely.
So just talk about that difficulty, because I feel like a lot of people, like I was just saying from the last episode, but I feel like a lot of people don't do it because of the long. It's long. I remember you since from the first started talking about it till when it ended. It seemed like forever.
Yeah, because
you gotta be up for the fight.
The court system, that's a long drawn out process.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I was doing something else with the court system during COVID. So that thing made it even longer. So I'm like, just be patient. That's it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you get a little frustrated with what's going on. I just had to be patient, and I knew what was coming down the pipe.
Right.
Like, I ain't gonna say I wasn't tripping, because I was, but I knew what I had on my side when I went to court and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what I had to do for me and mine.
Right.
Most definitely. So it's like, when you not just try and get time with your child, you try and get your child.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, mother or father, you always want to put your child in the best position. For sure. The best household, make sure everything good regardless of who it's with. Yeah. Sometimes if it's not with you, sometimes all right, I'm a little fucked up right now. I might need you to stay with her for a little bit. Yeah. I mean, that comes with you have a good relationship with your child's mother. True. When it comes through co-parenting. True. Comes to co-parenting. But we didn't have that, so it was kind of difficult. Situation, just being in a situation, thinking about like how it's gonna play out, how it may play out. You know what I'm saying, in the court system, what's taking them so long. You got a bunch of stuff going through your head, and you try to cherish all the moments you have with your child. So days that she was like, I need you to keep a longer or extra day, I was like, of course I was mad and frustrated because maybe I made plans, or we had something with the family. You know, of course I could bring her along, but you know, I can't do the same things I can when I got her, opposed to when I'm, you know, just chilling by myself.
Right.
But those days she needed me to keep her longer, I just looked at it as an opportunity to bond with my daughter more, you know.
Right.
So, and my mother always used to tell me, like, I was working at Hopkins one time. I used to always beef with my PI, principal investigator. So he would I used to bring work home with me all the time. And my mother used to always say, "Don't let nobody affect your emotions." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I just transplanted that with this situation.
Right.
Even though it's on a different level, it's going to affect you.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say, it's going to affect you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
just don't let it take over everything.
Yes. Because it would be weekends where like something would happen on a Friday. My whole weekend just done. I'm like, I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? And it's in my head, but then it would click like, don't let nobody, you know, control your emotions.
Right.
And then, you know, you look back at your kid, you know, it's kind of hard to be mad when you around your kid.
Right.
I mean, they all bubbly. They happy to see you.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard to be mad when they're around for real.
But, so right now you still have joint, or you got full custody?
No, I got full custody now.
So you went to court with two different things.
Separate occasions.
So how was that? I'm sure that fight was a lot tougher than joint.
So in actuality, I mean, it was just the weight game.
Okay.
That was like the worst part of it. I ain't gonna say the worst part of it. Going to court was unnerving. You know what I'm saying? For your child. Anytime you gotta do that, you know, the system is geared towards women. Yeah. So but in this case, you know, I filed for joint, and then I filed for sole physical, and I think it's sole physical custody and something else. I can't remember, but like it was a reason why I did that. It wasn't like I would never just take away from my mother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she still talk about it to this day, but you know, till things get situated, you know, like they supposed to be. Yeah. You know, then, you know,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. But the best situation was for her to be with me. Yeah. At the time. So I knew it was, you know, the best thing for my daughter. So I ain't gonna say people supported me. I never really told nobody, I just went and did it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take, as a man, as a father, you gotta take that initiative. Yeah. Like, I was never gonna let my daughter go through that stuff. So I'm like, nah, I gotta get my daughter.
So what is, when you in court about that, what are the things that the court look for to grant you full custody?
Oh, so mine was like an emergency full custody situation. Okay. And then she had to fight to get, you know, her rights back. But the situation, it was like I had to file for emergency, and it was like I was scared to take it to her mother at times. Okay. Even though my lawyer was like, you know what I mean, you got to, because then you're in violation of your joint custody agreement.
Because you gotta share time.
Exactly. Okay. So if I violate that, then she could go to the courts
and
or whatever.
She never got it.
Exactly. Okay. So we had a situation one time where I was supposed to get her, and I didn't. I actually had to be like, you know, I had to call the courthouse. Then, you know, our aunt was like, you know, she worked at the courthouse, and she was like, you gotta call the sheriffs. Then I'm like, all right, I'm calling the city sheriff. She like, no, now you gotta call the county sheriffs because she live in the county. I'm like, it's a bunch of stuff that you gotta go through. But then, as far as the full custody situation, I made sure I got myself a lawyer. You know what I'm saying, off top, because you go in there representing yourself. It's a crazy situation, different lingo. You know, the judges, the magistrate speak, and you don't understand everything.
And plus, like you said, they not looking to give you that. Yeah. So you gotta come equipped.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that I was in this situation, in this predicament. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do what was best for our child. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in there, you don't even see the judge first. You see the magistrate. Okay. They review your case, and then, so say I'm going for, like I was going for full custody. I asked her, you know, why is he filing or whatever, and everything that I said, the reason I'm filing is in the paperwork. Right. And she has to dispute everything. Yeah. And she has a chance to say it before the magistrate. Was there? Yeah. Oh, okay. Both times. Okay. She has a chance to say it before the magistrate. Then, like, I won full custody. Then, you she had a chance to appeal. So right after the court file and the court case or whatever, we went downstairs to appeal. It took like 15 minutes waiting. But once we got in there, they reviewed everything the magistrate said, and they agreed with the magistrate. And it's like, well, he got temporary full until we able to get, a case on file on the docket.
Okay.
So then after that, we had to go back again so I can get like granted full custody.
Okay.
Sole, physical, and full custody.
Okay.
Which was also, it was tiring, because at one point I was having another kid. So on his birthday, the day he was born, I had to go to court.
Damn.
So I was up all night till about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. She had the baby. Then I had to turn right around at 10 o'clock and be downtown. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have my paperwork, go home, hop in the kayak. What up, Day? Hop in the kayak, put a suit on, look presentable.
Yeah.
Get myself together. It's just a range of emotions.
You just went from happy moment to I don't know what's about to happen.
Exactly.
Wow.
I just had a kid. And then now you're like, it's a possibility that you can go back to this, joint custody thing again. Which was like, it's like a emotional roller coaster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was wild for real.
Yeah, that's a lot. I ain't even know that.
So,
damn.
And there was a point where as though like I ain't see her for like 2 months. And that was crazy. That was tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That was like the hardest thing I ever went through.
Wow.
Like real shit. Like ever.
Was you talking to her?
No. My mother would talk to her, my sister, my father. I talked to her like once or twice. Like, and then one day I asked her like, "What you eat today?" Then she kind of spazzed out and hung the phone up. So it was rough. It was days come home, go to work, just come home and hanging around the family, nothing though. So it was some rough times though.
Yeah,
for real.
for sure. I remember you was going through it. So tell me how it is raising a girl on your own. Like I know it's ups and downs, and I know it's like it's stuff that you may not be able to relate to, and then it's stuff that you is like, all right, well, look, we gotta figure this out.
Most definitely, but that's what we got family for. They say it takes a village.
True.
I got my sister, got my mother now, my new girlfriend also steps up, helped me out.
Right.
Like I remember I took her to get her nails done for the first time. This was back when I had joint custody, but then I started to, I got to take her to get her hair done every 2 weeks. Started getting on that type of schedule. Even if she didn't need it done, I was just taking her. Shout out to Ashley. Appreciate you. Like always. Yeah. Just, I know like my father took us to get our hair cut, hair done every week, every 2 weeks. So it's like stuff that my father did with us. Yeah. I'm doing with my child right now. You know what I'm saying?
Girl form.
Yeah. Even though it's different, they got a lot of mouth. Yeah. Real sassy. Like, and she got a strong personality. Right. So it's like we clash, and I'm like, why am I like going back and forth with this
like
kid?
Siblings or something, man.
Yeah. And then I gotta put the dad voice on, and then that's when y'all start getting on it. But it's definitely different though. Talking about, she get out the shower, she wipe her cuckoo again, all that, just picking out, like, I remember she was like 1 or 2, like she been shopping, so she want to go and pick this out and pick that out. Yeah. Like, no, we not getting that right now. You don't need this. So then how kids are, they play both sides. Yeah. My mother's not there at the mall with us, so she played me and my father against each other. Yeah. So if I say she not getting it, then she go to him
and get it.
Yeah.
And get it.
Grandparents are the worst.
So what was from you getting a full custody, joint custody up until today? What age did you get her at joint custody?
Joint custody, I think she was probably like 1 or 2. Okay. Probably it's close to 2 probably.
Full custody, you got her from what to now?
So that was like 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years, May 16th. So she's 7. So she was 4. I have since she was 4.
So she's 7?
She's 7 now, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you seen what's the difference you seen in her in those 3 years?
No, that's tough because she still miss her mother. Those things still pop up. You got it's tough to explain to your child why
Yeah.
another parent is not there.
Yeah.
But you know,
How do you?
So I initially didn't want to go to therapy, but I needed it for my daughter.
Okay.
Because, you know, I just wanted to make sure she was straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
So
she taking a lot at a young age.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then my lawyer was like, that's perfect that you did that.
Yeah. I agree.
But I was initially against it because now I got to talk to you. Because, you know, you sitting in there with a 4 or 5 year old, you know, talking about your life. You know, our family ain't really with all that.
Yeah.
But I found, you know, it's confident and it helps our relationship.
Right.
You know, it helps break down that stuff that we got taught as kids or went through as kids, getting beat. So, you know, like little stuff like every day just asking her how her day was, like the best part of her day, the worst part of her day.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to have her be able to talk to me in any capacity.
Right.
So I tell her every day, like not every day, but I do tell her every day that you're beautiful, you're important, we love you. You know, you're intelligent.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
important.
You could do whatever you want.
That's
know?
important.
Just positive affirmations every day.
Yeah.
But just let her know, like, even when I'm mad at you, I still love you.
Right.
Regardless, I mean, what you did. Just tell daddy the truth. You know, I'm going to still love you.
Yeah.
I might be mad at you right now, but I still love you.
Yeah.
So that it's not, my love is never going to fade for you.
Right.
Regardless of what you do, good or bad.
Right.
You know, I might be a little disappointed in you, what you did. I might be mad at you for what you did, because she gets in some trouble.
Yeah.
But, you know, just to reinforce to her that I still love you regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, and those times, your love don't get tested. Your patience get tested with kids.
True.
So,
True.
And she can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. I know
And
how they go.
It's hard to parent the you out of your child.
Yeah.
So she can agitate. You know what I'm saying? She can agitate with the best of them.
So you see a lot of yourself in her?
Yeah, most definitely. And I see her mother in her as well, though.
Okay.
It's little things that she does or say. I was like, damn, her mother used to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a part of both of us, so it's not going nowhere.
Right.
I mean, so.
What was some positives you seen in their relationship?
Just the mother-daughter bond.
Okay.
Like, she loved, well, at first when she was younger, she used to be fighting when she got her head done. But she loved, you know, like, my daughter loved the girly stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that girly stuff, she would just do with her mother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
loved that.
Yeah.
Like, until, you know, I got her, I wasn't really doing all the
Yeah.
girly stuff.
Yeah.
So
until you had to.
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
you know, that's what I got: sisters and mother, and you know, aunts, cousins, my lady.
Yeah.
You know, they all help. But you know, at the end of the day, it's just me and her in the house. So she always want to lay up and cuddle and watch a movie and want me to hold her hand.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we just walking down the steps. What you doing? She just want to hold my hand, just to be holding it.
Right.
Like they do. Girls will break you down.
Yeah.
It'll make you a little softer. Like
You got you doing stuff you ain't never did
yeah.
before.
Like I remember, like before I had her, my homeboy, he got he has a little girl, so he like, yo, you ain't gonna be watching no ESPN all the time. I said, sure, you bugging. But I had her going for a while, you know. She watching Sports Center with me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, watching basketball, football.
She
like,
gonna get that natural though.
yeah, she like, cause of our family.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
like boxing. I mean, she into karate right now, but like stuff like I said I wasn't gonna do, got me watching all kind of movies. Disney Plus. What's she like Hamilton right now? Thanks to my girl daughter. Hamilton. What's the big red cat? Oh my goodness, she just was watching that joint today. Oh man. Turner Red. Yep, Turner Red. Yep. Oh my goodness. So,
okay.
But at the trap, they had her watching Trolls.
Oh, all right.
Oh man, we had
all the kid movies.
What's that? What's the one with Elsa?
It's Frozen.
Frozen.
Yeah.
I got the soundtracks on my phone, man.
You turned out.
Yeah, you
turned all the way out.
Basically, now I'm a Uber. She got karate. She had swimming. She got to get her hair done. She want to do all kind of stuff.
That's good. Keep her busy.
Yeah, definitely.
So do she have her moments when I know you said like she do miss it and stuff like that. She mentioned her. But do she, when it comes to behaviors like in school and all of that stuff, do you feel like it's because of that part, like she missing, or you think it's because of just being a kid?
Sometimes, but it's kind of hard to know, to differentiate when she just acting out, or she just acting out because of what happened in the past.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to differentiate, but your child.
Yeah.
And I know she could be a little bit much sometimes, but you can't even look at it like that because you never know.
Right.
And what's affecting her, like you never know what's affecting them.
True.
I mean, at that young age, because they're not really going to
don't know how to express that.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you what's going on all the time. But she tell me in those moments, she'll tell me, she won't tell me after she got in trouble at school.
Okay.
It'll be when we're in the house together, she getting out the shower, she might say something.
Yeah.
And then we might have to have a conversation. That's a tough conversation to have.
Yeah.
But you got to have them.
Right.
Just not to put them at ease, but I know she's not going to grasp it fully right now.
Yeah.
But to let her know, like, all right, this is why you here with me right now.
True.
When XYZ get together, we gonna work that out.
Right. Right.
Just something positive for them to look forward to.
Yeah.
Which is the truth too, though, and I ain't just lying to
you
them.
ain't sugarcoat.
But it's a difficult conversation to have. Shucks, you barely want to have difficult conversations with your peoples.
Yeah.
So to have it with your child.
Though.
Yeah, exactly. So the therapist always say stuff like that. Like, she gave me a line, but then I kind of deviated from it and put my own little twist on it. Like, she understand the way I tell it, the way I tell her, and she still said, she'll ask me questions about it, but. And at times, I know I can get mad and frustrated because you tired of hearing about it. But I know she need to know. Yeah. So I put all that stuff to the side. That's type stuff you do when you have a kid. Right. You no longer are first. They first. Yeah. Their wants and needs. Well, not they wants, but they needs. Come first. Right. So I just make sure she good first and foremost. The mental part is like. Right now for her is like is very important. Yeah. So I gotta keep the therapy sessions going. It was what I did have us going once or twice a week at one point. Now it's like once every 2 weeks. Okay. I mean, so she giving me tools to use to help her cope a little bit. And she's like, if I need it, I can always shoot her a text and say she had a rough week at school or whatever the case may be. Which is, it just kind of happened a couple times. I want to say before Valentine's Day, after Christmas. Like she had months and months with green, but when that red hit, like she, it was no in between with her. She either good or all the way bad. All bad. Yeah, like she got into a few scuffles.
For a little, it was going on for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a couple weeks. Like they had a day out of school. I had to go in for a parent-teacher conference on the day out of school. Like they started to call her a bully. They was saying when she out of class, it's a little easier. I'm like, the kids was saying this stuff. But you know how kids are. Yeah. And then some teachers, like one of her teachers' second year. So you know how we were. You just let the kids figure it out. Yeah. But the teacher texts me and everything, which I don't mind. Yeah. I'm 10 minutes away from her school. Yeah. 10 minutes away from the house. So everything is in close proximity. I'm like,
teacher's blowing you up.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say just on that time period.
Yeah, okay. But I got you.
Like, I'm like, if you ever need me to, come down to school, just let me know. Yeah. But it was frustrating having her go through that. Yeah. But then again, that goes back to what you were saying. How am I able to tell the difference? Like you can't.
You don't know.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm
how
mad.
Do you approach it?
Yeah, I'm mad because I want to.
Discipline it, but it's like, are you really asking for something else?
Exactly. So I get to the discipline, and then she a little girl. You just look at her, you be like, damn. Like
you can't really do too much.
Yeah, it's like she
break you down.
Yeah, like I remember one day I was kind of yelling at her, and then I just saw her face, And I just kind of like stopped. I'm like, you know, I love you.
Caught yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, I love you, but you have to do X, Y, Z. Talk to me. You having a bad day? Let's talk about it. You know.
I think it's super important that you really reiterate that too, because when we had the other episode, your sister and Tiffany was on there, and we was talking about how the lack of hearing that, the love and getting hugs and things like that, like. I'm sure the parents going to downplay that. Our parents are downplay and say that that wasn't the case, but it wasn't common, and we understand it now because they weren't getting it as much as they should. But like I said before, you going to change what you feel is wrong that you weren't getting or you weren't used to, because you don't want that same thing to happen. Like I didn't really notice that until probably until Tiffany brought that up. About just not hearing "I love you" or getting hugs and stuff like that, like. And
then we all agreed in a group.
Yeah, like we didn't realize it.
Tell the little Spider-Man
exactly. Like we all realized that we didn't experience that, and if we didn't, and now, like as an adult, they say it more than ever now. Like but I mean, it would have helped back then.
I think I love bomb her.
Okay.
So,
which is important.
I'll be telling her every day I love you when you know before she go to bed, before she go to school. We got a little handshake we do, and then like I just might be like, guess what, Stink? She'll say what? I'm like, I love you. We just do that. Cut it out. Now she started, not now, but she always do that to me.
Guess what?
Yeah. So. And it's constant. Like my mother tells her she love her. My sister, every
That's
time
good.
she leave. My father, even though we wasn't giving that, I try to tell her I love her every time. Like even when I'm going to work and she might be staying with my mother, she'll come give me a hug before I leave. Yeah, won't give me the handshake. I love you. I'm like, I love you too. Yeah. I'm saying, before her, it was like it just was weird to hear somebody say it.
And
like,
it's super important because that's like you said, it's weird. And then when you get in relationships, you don't know how to handle that part. Yeah. Like you start to tap into it. Like I feel like I was a victim of that. Like I tapped into it so late. It was like I lost relationships because I wasn't tapped in. And now it's like, okay, now I get it because
that's thing because you know now.
Yeah, because you know. Yeah,
you
right,
do better.
Right.
They say you knew better, you do better.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm hugging her every night. Yeah. I ain't gonna say every night, but
often.
More than a week I hug.
Yeah, for sure.
But it having a child do make you want to change things.
Bring out another side in you.
Yeah, and it definitely. I don't understand it if you're not trying to improve off of the stuff that you was taught.
For sure.
I think you're supposed to always be better than you were the day before.
And even if it ain't bad. Yeah. There's always space for improvement.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's always space for improvement.
That's like a huge thing for me because I got to catch myself because I have no patience. Yeah. None. And kids will teach you patience. Definitely teach you patience. Like constantly ask you the same question over and over again. Man. She has this thing now. Like she loved my new girl. She like, when you gonna marry her?
Like, wow, Blake. Yeah. She don't
have no cut cards though. You know she don't.
You don't even know what it mean to be married, girl.
Exactly. So she just look at it like she gaining siblings. Yeah. We all get to stay in the same house. Right. So and it's coming from a place of love. Yeah. Which I'm glad. Yeah. Because she see it. Yeah. When me and my girl together. Yeah. And she like that. And she like having another woman around.
How important is it for how important is her response to you bringing a woman around?
Oh, like that's my kid. So it was times they didn't meet. I used to sneak in the house, all kind of stuff like that. Gotta get somebody to watch it so I can go out on a date. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it was very important because I value my daughter's opinion, and if my daughter's uncomfortable around you, it's like
I can't fuck.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I could do it, but I don't want to put my daughter in no situation where she uncomfortable though.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of. I ain't gonna say it was difficult, but I was wrecking my brain like how we gonna do this. But our relationship kind of formed real quick, and it just happened for real. Yeah. And like she heard me talking to her all the time, and she was like, "I want to talk to her. I want to meet her." And then once she got on it, it was constant, and once they met, it's been a good look ever since, for real.
So when y'all go to therapy, is it all three of y'all in the room, or is it you and the therapist and her and the therapist?
We do Zoom calls, so it's all three
Okay.
of us.
Okay.
But she might break it down like do you have any issues that you need to talk about? She'll ask me. Like I might have 30 minutes. She might have 30 minutes. I might have 15. She might have 45. Or I might have my own separate session.
Yeah.
So it differs. Like,
So if she got her session, you be having your ear by the door trying to listen.
no, I mean she be right there because she'll ask me questions too.
Oh, okay.
Like how did Blake do this week?
Okay.
What was her response to you? How was school? She'll ask Blake all these questions. Like and it's crazy how simple it seemed. But we don't think about it. Like she'll have Blake do an activity, and the last time we had a therapy session, which was like a week ago, Blake was like, "Can we do another little game, a little activity?" Like she liked it because it was, I think it was the colors or like faces, like emojis, and Blake was going through them. Like she actually liked to interact with her going through that stuff, and it like, damn, I never thought about asking her how she feel about this. Show me as far as colors: green, yellow, red, or
versus saying it.
Or an emoji.
Okay.
You know, because kids be on them iPads and phones, so you can show me using an emoji.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I always use a thing. She say read to her, to have a conversation with her every day. But I got this time between when I pick her up from school to when we get to the house. Ask her how her day was, and man, she just get to going. I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to hear about your other classmates, what they did. And
so communication is super important.
Very important. But then sometimes you don't want them to talk either. I'm gonna keep it a bean. You let them shut up.
They don't never stop.
They
don't never stop. So do you how much of you want her mother to be back in the picture, or are you scared of that, or do you want it to be
definitely scared of that, because I don't know, you know, the situation. I don't know like how it's playing out over there. So, and it's like I don't talk to him. Like haven't reached out since I got her, for real. Well, since court, the first temporary,
right?
Haven't reached out. So it was like I don't know what's going on, for real, to be honest. So it's like I gotta take all precautions because I don't want her to go back to nothing that could be damaging, or take her back to that place. Take Blake back to the memories, anything. Bring anything up from the past. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's difficult. I talked about this with my girl therapist, all that. So yeah, that's a tough one right there, but I know I gotta start coming up with a plan in my head how I'm gonna deal with it, even though situation may go different from how I planned it in my head. I mean, I just you know, got trust in my gut, and then I definitely would want to talk to him, you know, feel him out or whatever. I need somebody say something, like somebody, a doctor or something, say something to me like, yeah, XYZ,
good to go.
So definitely need that for my daughter's sanity. You know what I'm saying? And then our cousin was telling me like, Brandon, you went through something too. You need therapy too. I'm like, man, I'm good. I don't really need no therapy.
I mean, I think it's. I wouldn't say everybody need it, but I definitely think it helps. Like when I went to therapy, and when I thought about after I stopped going, I realized like it just was a space like to get all your thoughts out. Like she really didn't honestly, she didn't really help me with too much. Like she just threw out suggestions here and there, but I feel like I tapped into stuff that I wasn't thinking about until I started talking about stuff. Like it opened up doors. So that's why I always recommend it, especially when people who got like a lot going on, or people who don't really know how to attack or handle certain things, because it just gives you a space where you can just let go, let your guard down. Somebody unbiased, don't know nothing about nothing. They only know what you're telling them, unless you taking tests and some shit like that. But like it's definitely it helped me be more transparent and more open about certain things. And I think a lot of people fear that, but in the long run, if you don't do it, you're gonna keep having the same results.
Yeah.
Whether it's with a therapist or anybody, even if it ain't a therapist, if it's somebody. But it's good. I say it's good for a therapist because it's unbiased. Like you could talk to a friend or a family member, but like a good percentage of what you tell them is they want to be in your corner. So it's like they might give you a biased opinion here and there.
So I've learned going to therapy. You know, I've learned how to deal with my parents a little better too, though.
Okay.
To be honest. But then when you got friends and family, or you know, a spouse or somebody listening, you know, they coming from a place to live, and they know a little bit about the situation.
Yeah.
So I learned, like you said, talking to a therapist is a lot easier, a lot better. Like you said, to come from an unbiased place, but also being in therapy, when listening to people, I found like she brought this up to me one day, like, you know, you talk to your mother, you feeling some type of way, your sister, your father, whatever, you know, or anybody come to you and they have a question, you know, ask them, do you want me to listen,
right,
listen to respond,
right,
or listen to give you my advice?
I do that because like I talk to one of my homegirls a lot, and she's one person that just go off, and she one of them people that like don't be trying to hear nothing. So whenever you say something, she'll tell you something. Whenever you say something, she's like, no, but this, no, but that, no. And I was like, I be like, you want my opinion?
They coming from their experience, opposed to like not yet. Put your experience to the side.
Right.
This is my situation right now.
Right.
We don't have the same experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though the situations may be the same, you know, the way we move, you know, the person that I'm dealing with is different from the person you was dealing with.
Right.
So it's a bunch of variables that go into that.
A whole lot of variables.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it's always good to talk to some outsider.
Yeah.
That has you know, might be the unpopular opinion. Yeah. Might not be what you want to hear.
But if they saying what you didn't heard before, and it's mine 9 times out of 10, then it's true. Because I be like, am I crazy? I'm talking to somebody else. If I'm talking to somebody that don't know the story, it's like, let me ask you, because maybe I'm I might be crazy. Am I tripping or what? But that's a good point that you brought up. Like I'd be asking my home guy, I'd be like, do you want my opinion? After you say everything you saying, like, do you want me, or you just venting?
Sometimes they don't.
No, they don't, and it's cool. If you want to just get it off your chest, go ahead. I'm here. I'm gonna be here.
That's good too, though. Like going to therapy, she told me just let her, you know, get it off her chest. Like she told me to see if she want to write her, ask do she want to write her a letter. You know what I'm saying, or a text message. You know, sometimes she could be hard up too, though. I don't want to write no letter. I don't want to send no text message.
Stubborn.
Yeah.
Man.
What? Oh man.
Oh, she got you, right? She definitely got you and her.
She's stubborn as I don't know what, and I hate it. But it's like you can't parent the you out of your child.
Yeah, that's definitely you. That's definitely
And it'd be like sometimes I be wanting to ignore her and be stubborn, like I'm not even gonna ask her no more, because she'll keep asking. Then she'll call my father like, Pop.
She know who to go to.
Yeah,
she know exactly who to go to.
Daddy said XYZ. Then it's like she telling on me basically.
Yeah, trying to get you in trouble. Yeah. So what is the being as though she's a female, you're a male, when it comes to that part of being stubborn, and then like you said, she be wanting a female around, like how do you deal with the parts of especially growing up, like, you know, you gonna have to deal with when she get in middle school and all that, dealing with that part and all that
she
stuff.
Already a little feisty and a little mouthy.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So,
okay.
But I heard it get worse. I'm not looking forward to it. But the womanly things, the girly things. I mean, like, I don't have no problem doing it. I just say I'll ask my mother or my sister before I got a woman. I'll be like, you know, now my woman get her hair done, get her nails done. I mean, I just still pay for it, but I mean, I never had an issue taking her get her hair done anyway, though. Right. To be honest, or nails done, like that's my daughter, so I'm gonna do it. That's what she want. That's what she like. Right. We gonna do it. It's that simple. Yeah. I mean, it's not rocket science. Yeah. Your daughter want to do something. Yeah. You gonna make sure you get it done for. You know, even the times that you don't want to do it, you gonna do it. Like, I definitely didn't like sitting in a hair salon with her for 2-3 hours getting the braids put in her head, especially the Fulani and the box braids and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I hate it, but
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as she get out the chair, you happy? You like it? Before she get in the chairs, I don't want that. I don't want that. And she get out the chair. I mean, she love it. She like her hair. Then. I don't really like it, but she whipping her hair. I'm like, come on, man, cut it out. Like you're doing too much,
doing all that,
yeah,
big
like,
bro,
doing extra stuff once you get that little bit of hair in your braids and all that. Cut it out,
like the girls do.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get used to it, but
yeah,
I'm not looking forward to her getting older and, the teenage years. Yeah. But I ain't dreading it either. Yeah, I ain't dreading it either.
So what do you feel like is what's the word I'm looking for? What do you feel like I'm trying to put this in the right words.
Should just say it. Shit.
What do you feel like when it comes to a person who don't have kids? What is some advice or things that you feel like you would, based off of your experience with both kids, parents, in your life period? What is advice would you give to somebody that's like, oh, I think I'm ready or about to have a kid or something like that?
You never ready, ever. Because I remember being in a barbershop back when I had hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, everybody was, you're in a barbershop, everybody talking shit. I'm like, man, I want to be financially stable, get my everything together. You never going to be ready because you never know. Yeah. You know what I mean, when you going to shoot the club up. You know what I'm saying? It's God's will, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, my older sister used to always, shout out Monet, she used to always say, Brandon, when you going to have? I said, in due time, whenever you're ready for me to have one, I'm going to have one. Yeah. But until then, I'm going to stay single. And I had a kid, you know what I mean? They love on my daughter just as much as I love on her. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that, though. Like, I mean, shucks, it's, like I said, you never ready. I don't care how much money you got, how stable you are on your job, because the kid going to come in and fuck all that shit up. Yeah. Like, your schedule, everything is right now, and before then, everything was planned around her schedule, getting her from the track. Shout out to Wanda. Yeah. Getting her from the track.
When he say trap, he mean daycare. Y'all don't think he's throwing a real trap house.
Getting her from daycare, getting her from school, taking her to get her hair done. Like I barely go to the barbershop for real. So, cause I don't want my daughter in the barbershop environment though. Yeah. Like, it get a little vulgar in there.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely don't want it in there.
I wouldn't either.
So when I get a chance, I go. Like right now, I'm trying to go on my lunch break. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But thankfully, I got a flexible job or whatever. Yeah. I mean, so she get out of school at like 2:40. She go to school with Lil Key. She get out at like 2:40. So if I go to the barbershop during the day while she in school, I got to make sure it's on my break around 11 to 12. I know he ain't going to take too long, about 30, 40 minutes. Get back, do some work. Then I got to leave work to get her, drop her off, then go back to work to finish the day. Yeah. Like, it's a lot. It's difficult to be, it can be difficult being a single father for real. Right. I mean, you be tired some days, stressful. But in all, like, seeing your child thrive and, I mean, enjoy life. That's like the best thing, like seeing her happy. Yeah. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you, like,
make it all worth it.
Yeah. Like, it be days, but like I be tired. I go over to my mama's house, had that drop her off, so I can go back to work. I come in there, sit down for about 30 minutes. My mama like, you snoring hard. Yeah, I was fucking that sleep up.
Worn out.
Yeah, but then Blake would come downstairs and we gotta do homework. And then, she give me 5 when she get it right, and it's rewarding. Yeah. I mean, to see her grow into who she is, her own personality. Right. Those things, as frustrating as they can be, those little things. Yeah, it's the little things. You're like, God damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the shit out this little motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's a different type of feeling for real.
Yeah.
Like you.
So go ahead.
You never know you could love somebody that much.
Right.
Outside of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, even more than yourself, damn near sometimes. To be honest.
And I assume that's why, like, when situations come up with people with deadbeat dads, it's like, how could you ever be one? How could you be a deadbeat dad? Like this, you'll love fatherhood.
But then it's also, you can't really say that though, because you don't know the situation between the mother and the father.
True.
Some, I ain't gonna say all, but some women can be a little bitter. Some men can be bitter.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
that makes sense.
It's based off of each situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some fathers are there because of mothers, and some, vice versa. It's crazy. It's a crazy dynamic though.
Yeah.
Like this one person can fuck up everything.
Right.
I mean, and it's not saying it's their fault because they ain't asked to be here.
True.
But like when your feelings involved, as far as the feelings for the person, that could fuck up a whole relationship. You see that shit online all the time, and
it's so many variables to it.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I deal with numbers all day at work, and it's like shit. Like I don't know the answer to this equation for real. I can't figure this
one out.
Nah,
I don't know. We need to call Einstein for this one right here.
Fuck that, Einstein don't got the answer to that. And I mean, but once you get to that point where as though, like, you get to that point like you got a schedule set down for your child, schedule set for y'all. It's always gonna be something that pop up. Yeah, always. Yeah. Your car need to be fixed, so she might miss a day of school. You might miss work. Something. It's always something like.
Basically, it ain't your life no more.
Yeah, but that's what I said. It's about your child for real. And I mean, like I don't care that it's about her. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. I love her that much, and I want to see her succeed in everything she want to do in life. Right. So I let her
supposed to be.
Try out everything, see what she like, and then I'm gonna push her towards whatever she like or love. I'm gonna push her towards it, like with everything. Like you want to do it, that's what we gonna do. Right. You not quitting because she wanted to join karate because Carter in there. Excuse me. Now she get mad because some days she might be acting up in school. I'm gonna say no karate. She get mad. I don't want to go. And some days I don't feel like going to karate. It's nice out. I don't play with the neighbors. Yeah. No, you going to karate class. You know that schedule helps. Yeah. Like showing up.
Discipline.
Yes, the discipline. Yeah. We do the same thing when we come in the house. Put your books down. Take your tennis shoes off. Go wash your hands. Right. Let's get this work done. Yeah. Or she always want a 15-minute break so she can get a snack, which I hate. But I'll be like, you know what? Some days I just go ahead and let her do the majority of the time. I let her go ahead and do it. Yeah. But I tell her like, if you do this homework right now, you got all this time to watch TV. We could play the game. We could watch a movie before you go to sleep. Right. After we eat, like.
Yeah. So knowing what you know now and what you knew before, and what your experiences included, what's your ideal relationship of family? Oh. What's your ideal look of family like for you? Like if you could picture what your family would look like, what would it look like?
Me and my wife and my kids, of course. Okay. Same household, raising our kids together. Just them seeing us love on each other. So they can one day, do the same. Because of course you don't want your child going through no crazy nonsense for real. Yeah. Just showing them how to love. Yeah. How to receive love. Right. I mean, see you being in love, how to treat, the opposite sex. See how the opposite sex treats you. It's that's definitely what I see for my family and my future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's attainable. For sure. It's a beautiful thing. We see it in our family right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can't say that I look at other people's situations. Of course you look at it and be like, I want that, but you don't know the whole dynamic. Yeah.
Outside don't look.
But you just take. I want that, the family, look, and then I build it from inside out how I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So communication. You good. love, all that.
Yeah.
Family being like I love being around the family. She love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My daughter definitely love being around everybody and shit though.
Mm-hmm.
I got my girl and her kids wanting to come around too now.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So just having a partner in
Yes,
the whole thing.
definitely.
Important.
It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, take a lot of weight off your shoulders. I'm
Definitely.
sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Like just that Alwood too. Man, that's a lot.
So do you feel like how you hear women venting about the father not being around? When you hear it now as your experience, you be like, I definitely understand what you mean.
Yeah, I got a whole new respect for single mothers and shit though, for real. Right. Yeah. But there's always two sides to a coin though. So
for sure.
I mean, they make it. I ain't gonna say they make it seem hard because it is hard. Mm-hmm. But everybody got a different perspective of it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So your perspective may be different from mine as a single father, and a single mother may be different. Like you said, dealing with the opposite sex. A mother raising a boy, a father raising a little girl. Yeah. It's difficult, but like I said, those moments that you see when your child succeeding at any and everything they want to, that makes everything like that shit don't even matter. All that shit fall to the wayside. Yeah. All of it being difficult and all that shit is. I
guess that because everybody don't have the same support either.
Yeah, true.
Too, so
but it's like
outside of like family and all of that. So
it's as hard as you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you out here, I'm focused on my child. Yeah. You know what I mean? Of course, focus on the goals I have too, because she gonna be right there with me. Yeah. Watching me do all this shit. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure a way out how we gonna do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like for right now, she had a substitute teacher in math. So everybody got like a 65, I think. So now this year she had like a 76. Like I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thankful for that 76 because we've been working. Right. So I even had the schedule was crazy. Monday, Wednesday karate, Tuesday tutor, Thursday therapist, Friday she might get her hair done, Saturday swimming, Sunday is my only chill day. Like when we come to the house to watch football. Yeah. Leave me alone. I don't be knowing where she at in the house. My time. Yeah, but she in the house. I know she in the house.
Yeah, as long as she good.
So I mean, like I don't even care about like my schedule being booked up because I kind of like it.
As long as she good.
Yeah,
I get you.
And I like to schedule out my stuff like that anyway though. So it kind of fell right in line, even though she really wasn't with it. She wasn't a morning person at first. Now sometimes she wake up before me. You're right. And I definitely love that. Love and appreciate that.
So it should be in closing, right? Like I always tell you, and all the other, I'm gonna dedicate this to the fathers because they don't get enough. There's a lot of single fathers out there taking on this role, and they don't get enough shine. So like I always tell you, I tip my hat, I salute you because you're doing what a lot of men wouldn't do, and a lot of men aren't doing. A lot of people can't do. Women wouldn't do it either. So I salute you and I tip my hat, and I hope anybody that's listening to this, if you know anybody going through a similar situation, just take some tips from this, share it with them, spread it around just for a positive note. We always sharing these type of talks about negative stuff, negative dad, negative the father not being around. Let's shed some light on some fathers doing the right thing, especially for a young lady that's coming up in the world with this crazy world right now. So, like I said, salute you.
Sure, I definitely appreciate it. And like you said, we don't get enough acknowledgement, but I don't be looking for it. I don't care. Of course,
because you're doing what you're supposed to do. You don't need
Exactly. It's my job. I mean, right. So shit, I love it. Yeah. Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Right. Got so you got anything else you want to share?
Shit, love yours. Shit, that's it. Like love your situation. You know what I'm saying? Make the best of any situation you in. That's it.
All right. Till next time, We Need Answers podcast. We out.